What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and I'd like to welcome you back to another YouTube video. And quickly before we get into it, I just want to apologize for not uploading a video yesterday. I was out with my brother and some friends and stuff, so I wasn't able to get a video out in time, and I also had a very busy day. So I'm going to be uploading today to cover that, because of course I do want to at least get you 5 videos out a week, to as much as my ability. Does that make sense? As much as I can. Let's just say that. Or as consistent as I could. I think that's the best way to say it. But anyway, let's not go on a tangent there. Let's get into this video. We're going to be playing Aerodactyl. Now, I have worked a bit too much on this deck, I would say. I say this deck is good. It's fantastic in concept. Hits fantastic numbers. It's a single price deck. It's really good. It's a very good deck. But there's one very, very, very big problem with it. And that's it's a fossil deck. And now, there are ways you can play fossil cards now that are a lot more viable. We have the excavation map, which really helps with finding the fossils. That's pretty good. But there's a few problems. One, you will never start with a fossil. So you can't have your attacker in the active turn 1, which is not that ideal. And usually we'll start with, say, a Marsh Shadow in the active, which thankfully we're not here. And starting a Marsh Shadow in the active is really, really bad. It feels horrible because you're actually losing a draw potential ability in the late game when you're in a bit of trouble. And also you're having a Pokemon already in play that you don't want in play just for the sake of that. So it's like starting a Lele like this person has. It's very unideal. What are we playing here? Xerneas. Are we playing a Gardevoir deck and it's just a different variant? I'm not too sure. Also, this deck does struggle with its draw. Now, I could play some Mangurus. I'm still testing around with it. I've tried so many versions of this deck, including the Ranguru and not. It still needs a bit of fine-tuning, I would say, myself, particularly. I've got an idea of what to play. I'm going to have to Ultra Ball this Guzma away, which feels kind of bad, but that's all right. Sometimes we have to do that. Let's just get as much as we can into play. And I'll go, of course, in a bit more detail about this deck as I do. But yeah, there's a few problems with this deck for sure, and I've really been trying to work around them as much as I can. I've decided to go a bit of turbo in this deck to really get the stuff. The biggest problem is the setup play. Getting these fossils out really quickly and getting them in abundance is quite hard, because it's not like you can play an Elves Lecture for them or you can play Nest Balls and Ultra Balls to get them out. You have only one way, so it's other than the manual, you know, benching them after top decking them or something. There's only one way, and that's the excavation map. There's no other way to get these things out, unfortunately. You could order pad, but that's just not really the most ideal way to go about it. Oh, that is a tough call. I think I'm going to get the Erika here, which could be really good. So let's do that. I'm not going to play the Erika now, obviously. I think I'm just going to hold this hand. Yeah, so I've got Erika. By the way, I saw so many suggestions in my videos to start playing Erika, and I have mentioned, of course, in the videos that I don't have them, and that's why I've not been playing them. But I thought I really should try and trade them, and Erika's in incredibly high demand. Well, bye, Erika. Just got... That is like the best Mars ever. They just got rid of the one card I really wanted to play next time. It's so frustrating. Yeah, saw so much requests to just play Erika in my decks. And I was like, yeah, I agree completely. Erika's a fantastic draw support. Probably the second best behind Cynthia in this current standard format. So I fully agree. So I just went out of my way to get some. Oh, great top deck. Good stuff. Let's get that evolved, because they are going to carry that next turn if I don't. And let's play the Lily. Hopefully we get a skateboard, which we don't, but that's just where we're at. At least we can get a Malamar out as well, which would be good. Let's get rid of the Shrine. And let's get a Malamar down here. So yeah, this deck can hit explosive numbers. And the Shrine, to be fair, is more in play for the sake of allowing us to hit one-hit KOs on Pokemon that are higher than 180. And just in the off scenario that we do not have the choice band in play. So let's say if they had Zoroarks out now and they had 3 damage counters, great. We don't need a choice band. We can one-hit KO Zoroark. I've been able to consistently one-hit KO tag team GXs like Pikachu Zekrom, because it's 240, right? If you get 3 damage counters on them through Shrine, you just get a choice band, one-hit KO on a tag team GX, which is not too hard to achieve with Shrine. So Shrine is very valuable in this deck. And I'm still contemplating between Shrine and Viridian Forest, though. I think Shrine still takes the cake a little bit. But Viridian Forest is great for getting these Psychic Energies, because I don't play too many in this deck. But just because of space and the insane priority I've put into this deck to setting up. It's like, believe it or not, it is a huge priority in this deck to do that. Because if you don't, you can't stream attacks. And these things get KO'd quite easily. So you just fall behind real quick, especially in the current format where things are rapid. So it is imperative, trust me, I'm using that word very, very carefully. It is imperative that you set up fast with this deck. Otherwise, you're not getting its true value. And you will fall behind. And I know that, unfortunately, through experience. I've played so many games with this deck, really trying to figure it out for a certain period of time. Now, unfortunately here, we may not be getting the escape board that we are looking for, but that's okay. Let's get another Aerodactyl out. That's fine. We got a Guzma next turn, which is fantastic. And we do actually have a rescue stretch to evolve this one. But I think I benched that this turn. So let's save the rescue stretch for now. And just hold it there for the time being. I think I played that down this turn, at least. So our setup is looking perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, and it's exactly how I built this deck, just so we can set up fast. And they have now gone into this case of KOing our Pokemon and just opened the door for us to get some massive KOs now, which is really, really, really ideal. So I'm really happy about that. I'm going to get myself an Inkay, and I might rescue stretch I'm going to rescue stretch all of these three back into the deck first, get myself an Inkay back into play, just to really encourage the consistency of this deck. Let's Mysterious Treasure away. Maybe an Ultra Ball. I don't want to get rid of these Guzmas. They could be really vital in the late game after they bench them, especially if they get Gardevoir out and they throw the Gardevoir in the active. A Guzma could be really good to KO like a Lele they bench or something. So I'm going to hold that these Guzmas and yeah, get rid of the Ultra Ball. I think that's the better way to go for the time being. Good stuff. Okay, good stuff. Let's attach that there. And we're going to hold the Choice Band in hand for the time being because we might want it on the active next turn, or we might be using it on this Aerodactyl. So let's just hold it and be a bit more conservative there. Ah, wonderful, wonderful. So we are now streaming attackers, and this is exactly what I wanted, which I'm so happy about because I've tried so many games and actually have recorded a few videos trying to play this deck, and it always just... There was always something that wasn't working out, and I had to go back and tweak it just a little bit. And the one big issue that I was actually having when playing this deck was the fact that I don't get a valuable card. Don't get a... Okay, that's fine. That's all right. I see. I was sitting there going, what card can I... Oh, they quit. Okay. I don't think they were happy with that outcome there. So let's fingers crossed again. Let's hope we can get a good setup there. That was a pretty cool outcome. Yeah, so I was playing a ton of games where I had these lists, and I was like, okay, I could just never get enough fossils out turn one, and I just always fell behind. So, yeah, basically, to play this deck, the goal is to get as much fossils out, or a Ditto is really good because it's a lot easier to obtain as possible. This would have been great, but unfortunately, we can't start the fossils, so that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, getting as much out as possible is vital, extremely vital. And I've realized that because whenever I do tend to get a lot of them out, as you just saw, the deck flies. And it is very powerful, very aggressive, very dangerous as well. In fact, did Aerodactyl win a tournament in Japan? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Starting with a Deoxys actually seems kind of fine with me. I don't mind just manually attaching, depending on what we're up against here. I see Lightning, so probably a Pikachu Zekrom or a Zapdos deck. Which is good for us when it comes to hitting the numbers. So... that's okay. Right, unidentified fossil at the start. Good stuff. We can Ultra Ball for a Marshadow, so we can just get a bit of extra draw on this turn that we have here, which would be pretty cool. So it is Zapdos, as predicted. And they are playing a Zoroark, so Shrine is definitely going down. So we can definitely get a one-shot on that in the late game, hopefully. So we must treasure our Guzmas as well, because they could be quite useful. So let's focus on that too. Is this Zapdos Jirachi, or is this a Zapdos in a Pikachu Zekrom deck? Because I know there's like a Lightning Box type deck that exists as well. So maybe it's a Lightning Box deck. Okay, no, it looks like Zapdos Jirachi, but it's just playing this for the retreat. I'm assuming to constantly retreat into your Zapdos to get the damage done, or to retreat into Jirachis. Someone on Twitter actually pointed out something very good that I didn't even notice until it was mentioned to me at that point. They said Switch is a really good card to play with Jirachi because you can double Jirachi and retreat at the same time. So you could get 2 trainer cards from the top 5 cards of your deck twice to really help you fish out the cards you need, like Guzmas and Draw Supporters and Choice Bands and stuff like that. this person is doing it right here. And then go for the retreat, which is really valuable. And it can be really busted. So Switch is a really good card to play with Jirachi. Just throwing it out there if you didn't know, because I've only recently learned that. I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool actually. That's a good idea. Yeah. Especially the thing is, doing like a turn 1 double Jirachi or double, is it Stellar Wish? Double that is really good. So they got a Prism Star there. I'm assuming they got themselves a Thunder Mountain. Because I didn't really pay attention. Oh no, I didn't pay attention. I right-clicked the Jirachi. It was the Thunder Mountain. That's kind of cool because they now have a free attack in Zapdos. Ah, busted. And they can retreat. Yep. Wow, that is just crazy for it. Now, retreating now is not a good idea for them because they lose the condition and they can't attack turn 1. So they've now lost the Zapdos condition, which means they need to get a switch to be able to reset that Zapdos or at least bench another one. So, but in order to retreat this, they're going to need to attach a lightning energy on it. So I think they've just increased their condition. But to be fair, you don't want to leave that Jirachi inactive at the same time. So I mean, I can sympathize with what they're saying. Oh, I did want to keep the Guzma, but I'll be honest, I do not want them having this option. So I think I'm going to bounce. I think I have to bounce that. I think I have to, because that just gives them so much flexibility, and I'm not comfortable with that. Let's get a Marshadow. Let's Marshadow this guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get this down, and let's just draw into some more cards. Hopefully a Lily or something that we could thin our hand down to play, or Cynthia. That'd be cool. Neither. In fact, this is an awful hand. Absolutely awful. Well, there's no Pokemon that we can bench to use an ability for, so I'm pretty comfortable throwing another Fossil down for the time being. Just thinning this down for it. And I guess we can attach the DCE to this Deoxys and just start going in for 20 damage, but that feels bad. I mean, that doesn't feel good by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, we might as well. We might as well. Let's go in. That might have been a bit of a what play would it be described? Is it greedy play? Is it? It's not really greedy. I'm not really getting much out of it, but I do want to start just getting damage on the board where I can for the time being, because I'm not sure if this particular deck is playing Aether Paradise, which I assume it would be. So just to make the Zapdos a lot harder to KO, especially for Zoroark. So okay, energy and switch. So okay, they're gonna get the 80 damage here, and they could Electro Power a couple times to get the KO on the Deoxys, which would be far from ideal, but let's just see where it goes for now. It's going to be definitely very tough coming up against this. Oh, a Pikachu Zekrom is down. All right, now we have some targets. We want to get this. Definitely want to get this. So I am pretty good with that. I wonder what they're thinking now as to how they're going to get energy onto this. They could do Coco. Have they got energy in discard pile? No. Need to think. Okay, considering they took a card over another Acrobike, they clearly got something good. So they're going to Stellar Wish here. Okay, what would they Stellar Wish for in particular? I'm not sure. Maybe another Nest Ball to get Coco out, but they're going to need a few turns to accelerate this if they really want to use it right away. Another Volkner. Okay, so next turn they're going to get another energy and another... Okay. That makes sense, right? Are you just going to retreat at this point, or... What's this person's game plan now? They probably will retreat to the Zapdos, but does that mean they need to get another switch next turn? They've played 2. Or Guzma. They're going to need a lot of switch options, but I'm sure this deck plays a ton of switch options anyway to really utilize the Jirachi and the Zapdos. Okay, terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Very bad, but we're just going to attach here, and we're going to just Psychic again. We just have to fingers crossed that they don't have a KO on us next turn. It just doesn't look like they do, so... It really doesn't look like they do have a KO on us, so... I think I'm comfortable attaching a Psychic on the active Deoxys for the time being and getting a KO on the Zapdos next turn. If we top deck our way out of this, which hopefully we do, we're playing a decent amount of draw support. We're playing 8, which is a pretty decent level. And all of them are considerably good. Lilies, Erikas and stuff, so... we should have a decent chance in hitting these. Maybe another Marshadow or just maybe a Ranguru. I really don't know yet. Maybe dropping the Marshadow. I don't know. I'm not too sure. The problem with that is that with a Ranguru, we can't really utilize our skateboard very well. And we have to go for the switch options for retreat, which is going to just make the deck a lot more clunky, which is what I experienced before with this. It's just so many little things that if they were just a bit different, like let's say a Ranguru had one retreat or something down the line, which I know is not really reasonable for Ranguru, but let's just say hypothetically that was the case, then this deck would be a lot better. There's these one small things that really just change the whole structure of the list. So a lot of thought into it. Speaking of, considering this concept for me is particularly raw, I would definitely appreciate your input on what you think would be a good idea. Acrobike, let's go. Oh, ha. I do not like that Acrobike at all. I was just talking about how important it is to keep these Guzmas, but I can get a KO on the Zapdos now. Okay. This could be greedy, but I think I'm going to take the Guzma and bring this in the active and go for Psychic, but we're only hitting 60, Choice Band 90 damage, 100 damage with the Shrine, so 130 HP. That could be valuable numbers. Huh. I think, oh, do we go for Guzma or Psychic? If we Psychic, we get the Zapdos, and they're just going to come up and kill us. But then we get a prize. But with Guzma, we could really encourage it. No, we're going to Psychic. Because, yeah, I think this is the play to make currently. And the reasoning behind it is we get the prize, which means we're increasing the odds of decking out of this terrible hand. Top decking. Basically drawing out of this terrible hand, which now has increased potential. And we are going to be very soon, or we are already in the range of one-hit KOing that thing with a Choice Band, which we have in our hand, with an Aerodactyl. So I was, in my head, I'm like, we don't really need to soften this up. It's already softened up to a one-hit KO potential now. So, and like the turn after this one, or this one and then mine after that, in which I attack, we won't even need the Choice Band to KO this thing. So, if I've got my maths right, I think I do. So, that's pretty cool. Now, will they go for their GX attack? No, they can't. No, they wouldn't. They'll go for full blitz, won't they? Because they need the extra energy to utilize their GX attack properly. So yeah, I think that was the right play to make. I think the Deoxys was going down either way, because if we took the Zekrom out, they just would have full blitzed us anyway, and they would have had the Zapdos alive. So we wouldn't have got a prize, and we would have been KO'd anyway. So I thought the best move there was to take the energy rather than the Guzma. Just at least we could take the prize and just increase the odds of us getting out of this hand. Because all that's really stopping us now is this hand. That's all it really is. So I'm going to promote a Fossil because we can just discard it to retreat. So let's do that for the time being. Okie dokie. Let's see what we can do. We need a miracle right now. So we even have the potential. That's very risky. Oh, they're only attaching 2 energy, huh? Is that all they've got? Are they out of energy? I really doubt that. Unless they've got energy in hand. That's just a bit strange that they attach 2. Okay, Acrobike. First things first, Acrobike. Oh, so I'm being punished right now. Oh. Jeez. Okay, that is just... Oh, my God. Okay. I think DC is too valuable to just say no to, but we have no way of getting out of this. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Got an idea. This is not really conventional, but it's an idea and it could work. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 13, 14. 140 damage. 90. Shrine. Plus 20. I think we can KO this, or we're like 10 damage off with a Deoxys. Let's see anyway. Let's see. We're going to go for a Deoxys play. In which... Yeah, Deoxys, because Aerodactyl can't do anything right now. Yeah, we're going to try it. I think we... Just because of the mere fact that they are accelerating energy to themselves. Let's get that out of the way, sorry. They have a ton of energy, and our Deoxys are going to do a ton of damage. It would be kind of ironic if the simple fact that they did not attach the 6th energy onto this Pokemon, that we don't get the KO here, would be kind of funny. But what are we hitting? 150. Okay. So we're not one-hit KOing it. And we could have one-hit KO it after their next turn if they had that extra energy on it. But we've now put them in a very, very sticky situation for their Pokemon. So, fingers crossed, we can get this down and take some prizes just to keep up. They're obviously going to GX attack and probably take out a Fossil. My recommendation would actually be to take out the Inkay, because that's what's going to make the Aerodactyls function well enough. Or quick enough to keep up with Pikachu Zekrom. So, which, by the way, is just a fantastic card. Oh, they're going for the Electro Power, hey? Obviously, they won't be playing it, but hey. So, what do they do? They could GX and take the 2 prizes. Yeah, they're going to do that. Very fair, very fair. I'm going to take the Marshadow. Okay, okay. Right. Is that the best choice? I wouldn't say so, but maybe they have something else in mind that I'm not considering. Okay, Shrine, do your thing, buddy. Okay, Malamar, and that is going to do absolutely nothing. This is the worst hand I've seen in this deck so far. Oh, yikes. So, yeah. Oranguru probably wouldn't go amiss here. Let's just pass. And at least we're taking 3 prizes next turn, regardless of what happens. Unless they Acerola, which I highly doubt. Playing an Acerola in Pikachu Zekrom is not really ideal, so... yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm really excited to see what happens here, actually. They have to full blitz to get energy onto the Zero... Oh, just hit my thing there to get energy down. Oh, the Tapu Koko. Yep. Perfect time to Tapu Koko. KO that. They maintain some energy in play. I would not bring the Koko up, though. I'd probably retreat it. Attack with... Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe they're playing energy switches? But they're throwing all 6 energy onto Koko there. That's strange. But my assumption is that at least it gives them some level of retreat, right? I'm not too sure. Not dead certain. But at the very least, we have a route to win next turn, believe it or not. We just need a miracle. If we top deck a draw support, if we top deck an Erika or something, that'd be best. We can just get a Aerodactyl and a DCE and just win. By just taking out this Koko and Shrine taking out this. So we actually have... Okay, so they're going for the energy switch. Makes sense. We actually have a route here. Believe it or not, in our very dire hand, we have a route to win. We just need a miracle. Come on. Top deck. Cynthia. Haven't seen you once. Haven't seen any draw supporter once. At least give me something from these prizes. Okay. Choice. Erika. Erika! Yes! Okay, we just need a DCE and we've got game. That is all we need. DCE. Just being safe, by the way. We need to make sure we... Better safe than sorry, right? DCE. Just DCE and it's game. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh, my God. That is just so perfect. Okay, let's get the Aerodactyl out. Oh, my God. Just, wow. In a dire situation with such a weak hand, we just bang. Thanks to Shrine, obviously. Well played. You have a good deck. And then, bang. Fossil Fangs. How much are we doing? 210. Ah! Oh, that was crazy. We managed to beat Pikachu Zekrom with Jirachi and everything. Ah, that is absolutely awesome. Although there were some questionable plays on their end with their energy movement and stuff. I mean, they played the Tapu Koko pretty much at the right time, to be fair. We just lucked out on the free prizes there. And with Erika's hospitality really coming in clutch. So, love that draw supporter. As I probably said in this video, I've only just got it and I am in love with it already. Let me show you the list. It is quite on and off. It is quite risky to play just because it is a fossil deck. If it wasn't a fossil deck, this deck would be absolutely crazy. But it is a big setback. So that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Try it out if you want to. If there's any suggestions on this particular list, please let me know. I am heavily considering dropping a Marshadow on another card and playing 2 Oranguru, because there were a lot of times where our hand was really small and we just was trying to top deck out. So Oranguru would really be good looking at it now in this current state. So I'm just having to think about that, and I might do that. But other than that, that would be my suggestion. What would your suggestions be for changing up this deck? With that all said, though, please do leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe for more. And up until Monday, do take care, and peace.